A world of magic in Texas.
This is 13 Minutes to Magic Texas, an abbreviated limited series podcast about the TAOM, SAM, FISM, NACM combined convention on August the 30th through September the 2nd, 2024 in Arlington, Texas, which we call Magic Texas. I am one of your hosts, Scott Wells.
And I'm Darrell Sanders. I'm the current president of the Texas Association of Magicians and one of the co-producers of Magic Texas.
And I'm Mark Whitehouse. I'm also the other co-producer of Magic Texas, and I am your SAM convention chairman.
Every 2 weeks, we post a new episode with information, updates, and announcements about Magic Texas. This week, we're going to be talking with one of the people who was recently added as one of the many amazing talents that we have at the convention. And I want to introduce Mega Illusionist, someone who I am so honored to call friend because he impresses me every time we talk or every time I see him. And he's done so much for our community. Please welcome Franz Harary. Franz, hey, man.
It's a pleasure to be here. And that's a lot of abbreviations. Have you tried saying that as a single word?
That's why I now came up with the idea of Magic Texas.
Yes.
Yes. Well, if you think about it, this whole thing is the reason we call it Magic Texas is because it's the TAOM SAM combined convention hosting the FISM North America Championship of Magic, celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Dallas Magic Club.
Well, as mentioned, we have just a tremendous lineup of people from around the world, and I think it's great that we happen to have snagged you from somewhere around your travels around the world, because I know you are used to working these huge stadiums like in India for 60,000 people or something like that.
It's a bunch. I was just talking to a friend of mine about that. After 5,000 people, it all sort of blends together.
I guess it does.
Because you can really communicate with the first 3, 4, 5, and then after that, it's just this blur of sound. And I'm sure I'm not the only one to discover that, but yeah. But I mean, right now I'm here in my office in LA, so not very glamorous,
Hey, I've got to say, if you don't mind me saying this, Franz, it's, I am especially appreciative of you, coming out here. I'm going to tell the story how this happened, just so everybody knows. About 3 weeks ago, I guess it was, just got a call from Franz, and he was saying, hey, I've heard about what you're doing down there in Texas. And I said, oh yeah. And I gave him a quick explanation. And I said, halfway as a joke, hey, you want to come? He said, yeah, I do. And so Franz is volunteering. I mean, he's just coming out here for the fun of it. And he's going to interview Gabe Blackstone for us who is our honoree. He's also going to do a Q&A/lecture for everybody. And it's and I just can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Of course. It's a lot more fun to be in the parade than just watching. By the way, Gay and I have a long history. We've known each other for 50 years, maybe? Yeah, maybe about 50 years. There was a time in the 80s where if you looked at us both from behind, you probably could not tell the difference.
When you had much longer blonde hair.
Yes, not that I'm proud of that, But yeah. Oh, and listen, there have been over the years, I've hired Gay, Gay's hired me. We have a very great little symbiotic friendship here. And we've done stuff all over the planet. I have video of Gay looking like a wet rat in a thunderstorm in Hong Kong. I suppose, hey, maybe I'll bring that to the interview. That's what I'll do. I'll grab a bunch of embarrassing pictures of Gay and just ask for the story.
I've got a couple of those pictures myself. We went to Niagara Falls together and rode the Maid of the Mist.
Oh, yes.
And she didn't realize she was going to get wet.
Oh, no.
But she's like an otter, like 2 shakes and she's dry.
Well, she wasn't that day. She has threatened me with my life if I ever show those photos. And
I fully expect to get a phone call when this airs.
I just think that's amazing, Franz, that you have offered to do that. I think it's cool that professionals, first of all, are wanting to come to this convention and just to hang out. And even I bet you if we would have been full and for some reason the Dow would have said, no, I'm sorry, we don't have anything for you to do, you probably still would have said, I want to come and be there anyhow, just to be part of this event.
Of course. Well, there's also, I've discovered I don't know how this happens, but somewhere along the line, I became Obi-Wan Kenobi. So
I could see that.
I didn't, it wasn't my plan, but I can show up at conventions and like be a judge or whatever.
Yeah.
So it kind of works out, you know, it's good for a free lunch.
Well, we love you, Obi-Wan.
Your only hope.
Oh God. So what should I expect? What's going to be the highlight of this whole thing?
I just get overwhelmed every time I start talking about it. It's going to be it's going to be the coolest convention we've had in the United States for a long time. The goal from the beginning was to let the American magicians see what a FISM looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to be able to do that. We're going to have Mark D'Souza is going to be leading a session about how you can take your act to the FISM level.
And we've got 5 Grand Prix winners, FISM Grand Prix winners scheduled to be there, plus several other FISM winners who won in their categories.
And to see by example, you know, that's the way that, you know, you see these winners and whether you're working on an act or whether you just enjoy seeing great magic, you know, this is the place.
Yeah, and talking about the names of all these people who are going to be coming, they are not household names, I should say, within a magician's household at least, whose names roll, American households, that's my point. They don't roll off the tongue as easily, let's say, as Franz Harary does, who is an American illusionist. But when they're talking about Norbert Ferré or Adrian Vega or some other people who are coming from other countries, they are not as well known. And so by having Franz coming there say, oh, well, there's a touchstone, there's somebody that I know. So I think that's great that you're going to be in attendance then as well.
You know, I've found that I learn so much from my fellow magicians, especially men and women that are not American, because I'm very fortunate in that my magic's been able to take me around the planet, and I've seen so much magic from different cultures, and you see how our art form is approached in every culture. And it wakes you up, and it makes me reanalyze my own magic and my own approach to the art. And what tends to happen is it reminds me that magic is firstly, and it's an art form. So it is a vehicle that should communicate who we are and our human experience rather than being a craft simply to be refined. So, you know, what happens so many times is you see the same guys doing the same floating table and appearing bowling ball, and there's a sameness. And then you get out of the country and you realize that is not what magic is. Sure, everybody can make the same donut and make a living at it. But when you get outside and right now into Korea and of course throughout Europe, you see guys that are truly using it as a romantic art, as a form of communication. And that's such a great, you know, a wake up call for not only myself, but I feel like the whole magic world.
Well said.
Yeah, very well said. Yeah, that's and that was our goal from the beginning too. It's just an exciting convention. I can't wait to be there and watch it. Although I'll probably be busy and miss half of it.
Yeah, you and Mark are going to be pretty busy. I, on the other hand, am going to be walking around with a microphone and recording some conversation, so you can hear about it then later there.
Hey, we're talking to magicians right now. Will people listen to this, or is it just us? This goes out there, right?
Yes, it goes out there.
Yeah. Okay. So whoever's listening, if you're at this convention, if you're coming to this convention, if you find me, if you see me, come up to me, because I'm going to be shooting little Facebook streams. That's something I've been doing for like a decade now.
Yeah.
So if you got something in your pocket, it's a minute, 2 minutes, bring it on. I'm just going to be shooting like crazy. It's my little world. It's my little way of sharing our little world to everybody on social media, because magic conventions they're a weird thing. That's not something that a normal person thinks about every day. And to be able to bring the real world, even to get little snippets, little tiny little samples of just how screwy our universe is, it's magical in its own right. So if you see me, walk up to me and I'll pull out my camera and I'll shoot you right there.
That's a great offer. I remember at the SAM in Indianapolis, you were there, And we had in the exhibitors hall, maybe a dozen, maybe 20.
Oh, right.
Surrounding you, and everybody did a trick, and the camera was just zooming from.
Oh, that's right. We should do that again.
So fun. Yeah.
I stopped doing those. I was calling those magic jams. You get everybody to do like a 10-second flash trick and you just slam them all together.
That's a great idea.
That's right. I haven't done that for years. That's a good idea. All right, we'll do that.
Okay.
Well, there you heard it, everybody. Bring your 10-second little thing and be on Hans Ferrari's channel too.
That's right. His Facebook stream.
I love his work.
I just did it again.
Yeah, it's my life. When you got to, Franz is fine if you live in Germany, but what the hell was my mother thinking doing that to an American?
I guess she was preparing to move and take you with her.
Yes. But then I'd be right there with
Michigan.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, Franz, tell me what do you have an adventure that's going to be happening between now and
between now and then? Well, I'm just doing my own gigs. I've got a project in Hong Kong right now, so that's sort of a full-time thing. And that is going to be, it's hard to explain, but it's basically a small magic theme park that's going to be on the waterfront of Hong Kong. Opens up the very, very end of this year.
Like Beta Land?
Yeah, like Beta. Wow, there's an obscure reference. Yes, no, not like Beta Land. You can explain on your next podcast, explain what that is. No, this is like a fair festival. It'll have my show and a big dome and then a couple other shows. And a magic restaurant and a magic museum and interactive thing and food trucks and bands and yada, yada, yada. So that's a full-time gig. So I've been going back and forth between Hong Kong, like every 3-4 weeks. It seems like I'm there right now. So
I think I hear the chimes.
Yeah.
I think our 13 minutes is up.
13-minute mark. Oh, this is exciting. How do you guys sign out? Do you have like a song or do you a big group
Just
belly
say goodbye.
buck or what happens?
Just say thanks very much for being here. And be sure to sign up. You go to Mark. You want to give him the website again?
The website is magictexas.com. And the email, Dal?
It's be@magictexas.com. So
and
BE.
BE and then the @magictexas.com.
Go to my Facebook page, Franz Harary Facebook. Like me, be my friend. It's so sad. I need a friend.
Another friend to add on to those. Thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it. And until next time, bye-bye, y'all.